Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dynasty on the mix, and you know we rocking with Youngest in the Yacht Club. Let's get it.
Want the money and fame. We go to the city and we don't be tucking our chain. Woke up in paradise and we live in the drain.
Youngest in the Yacht Club. I am Vince Serrano. Yo, we got a special guest today. I got my dog Nathaniel Hill, a.k.a. Dynasty on the mix. What's up, my guy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother, man?
Good to have you on here, bro.
Hey, it's a blessing to be on here, bro. I've been seeing all the podcasts, and I'm like, man, I need to hit up my boy.
Yeah, yo, you are the man. Dude, it's crazy because now more people are asking me if I know you. like, this is crazy. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Congratulations on all the hard work. You know, Youngest in the Yacht Club, we always started off with the first question. Who is Dynasty on the mix?
Dynasty on the mix, aside from an engineer, music producer, and just music fanatic, I'm a person who just loves chasing my dream, and I've been chasing it since I was a young kid. So
that is awesome.
That's who I am. I'm a dream chaser.
That's fire, bro. What is your dream?
So my dream has always been to actually own a entertainment agency. And something like a record label, but not necessarily a label. So it's more of, and not just for rappers and singers, it's more for like performers, comedians, dancers, all different types of entertainment. Because to me, entertainment is something that everybody needs in their life. And like, even people that are younger, I want to help develop. I want to help like coach and build them into either better dancers, or not even just me, but find people that are really good at what they do and help them coach young kids. So it's kind of like a community center in a way, but also something that people can eventually turn into a career.
I love that, man. I like the fact that you said it's part of the community. It's a team, you know. It's like the team, and you're not looking to just do it yourself. You're looking to do it with other people, which is fire.
Yeah, man, that would be, I couldn't imagine all the work if I did it by myself.
Legit.
But that is something that's always been the long-term dream, you know, and that's like, it had to start with me perfecting the two things that I'm good at. So I started with music production and engineering. So I started with my own artist when I was in 10th grade. I started with my own, I started making beats on FL Studio back in 2006. And this is when it was FL Studio 4.
Wow.
And so I got a PC, and I bought a PC for my boy, which is a computer. I bought it from my boy for like $200, got a free version of FL Studio. And from there, I started just learning, like locking myself in my room. Just my mom would have to call me down for dinner, for everything. Like, where are you? Oh, he's up in his room all the time. So, I started failing school because I was so focused on doing music.
Wow.
Like, I was literally like coming home from school, like, forget homework. I'm learning this program. Like, and I started doing so bad in school that my mom was like, all right, you need to stay after school and do your work at school. And then because I know you're not gonna do it when you get home.
Wow.
So it was, and she like even set it up my guidance counselor, like he's not allowed to leave the school until he's done doing his work.
Wow.
So
at least she was good with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she wanted me to make sure I focused on grades, but also chase my dream. That was one thing my mom always focused on, because like when I was 6, I started drumming. Yeah. We were in church. I heard, I was like, what was that? And she was like, those are drums. And I was like, I want to play those. And she was like, well, we don't really have money, but let me see if maybe the person at the church will teach you. So she actually asked him, and he was like, yeah, bring him by next Saturday. We met up at the church, and he gave me my first lesson. And then from there, he just kind of taught me until I was about 15.
Wow.
Yeah, and I did school after like 3rd grade and stuff. I went through school band too, so I had 2 teachers. He was teaching me by ear because he never learned how to read music.
Wow.
So everything he played was by feeling and by ear. So I learned that from a young age. And then by 3rd grade, when you can join band, I joined band, and I learned how to read music then for drums. That's amazing. And so I started doing that. But like 9th grade was really like, I was even still in band in 9th, all the way up until I graduated high school, I did band.
Wow.
But it was 9th grade I started making, or it was 9th, 10th grade. So it was like at the end of 9th grade, beginning of 10th grade, I started making beats and stuff. And then that's when I was like, I want to open a record label. So I started researching. I started going to the bookstore because YouTube was not around.
Right.
This is a thing that a lot of people don't understand about my grind and my journey, is like the kids that are coming out now, you can go and look up a program, be like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And you can learn it within probably 6 months.
Yeah.
And understand it because of the tutorials that are out there, and that level of people that are teaching it are actually credible people.
Right.
When I first started, YouTube had just come out in 2006. You guys can look that up. I was not able to look up, how do I use a compressor? How do I use a equalizer. And what does the equalizer do? I had to go to a bookstore and read about it in the books and then try to apply it or go to the library and try to find
content
books.
wasn't even created.
Right. There was nothing there. So, and it was like, you know, and I didn't think let me videotape my whole journey and then post this as tutorials, but you know, that would have been way ahead of the time.
Yeah,
but you know, I was like, man, I need to learn how to do this. So I just kept going to the bookstore, and if I couldn't buy the book, I would read parts of it and then I'd hide it somewhere out of that area. And I'd like tuck it in some areas where like I know nobody would go look, so I can go back there the next week when I could buy it, and then I'd buy that book.
Wow.
So I bought like 6 or 7 books on home recording. Then I found this one book called Everything You Need to Know About the Music Business by David S. Passman. And I read that whole book, and I was like, yes, I really want to run a label. I want to open a label. I want to be a music producer. And by senior year, I wrote my final paper, which I still have to this day. I wrote my final essay in English, which was our end of the year school project type thing for your senior year to say like what you want to do for your dream career. And so you had to research about it. You had to call somebody and talk to them that was in your profession. So I did that, and that really catapulted me after that to like, I don't need to go to school for this. I can just go and get in studios. And so I did that, went and got in a little rap studio, jumped around to different studios while building my name in my city in Syracuse, New York. And then in 2012, I ended up at this one studio called Infinite Clip Studios. And that studio right there really catapulted my name in my hometown to the point where I was booked 40, 50 hours a week easily.
Damn.
And I was like, whoa, I never had it like that. Like, I was booked maybe 15, 20 with people, but I was working with other artists on their team. So I wasn't getting paid for everything I was doing before that. But this time I was getting paid 40, 50 hours a week of studio time. And I was like, wow, I'm actually like full-time making a living. And so that studio ended up sadly closing down because of the 3 owners not really getting along, agreeing on things. And sadly, I wasn't a part of the ownership. So when they split, I was like, I'm out. I'm going to go to a different studio. I found a better studio called Subcat Studios. Shout out Subcat. That was a $3.5 million facility.
Wow.
Now, going from like a hip hop studio that's maybe $100,000 worth of gear to a $3.5 million facility, I was in there like, oh boy. I had a lot of new toys. I had a lot of new things to work with. I was like, this is going to be fun, but it was intimidating too.
Right.
And the price went crazy up compared to what it was at the other studio. So I was worried about my business and stuff. But overall, I spent 4 years there, brought over 300 clients through those doors.
Wow.
Had clients flying from California, driving from New York City, which is a 4.5 hour drive from New York City to Syracuse.
Wow.
And so I ended up in 2019 moving down here to Florida and pretty much tried to do the same thing. Like, let me put my feet on the ground and get working. So that's what I've been doing since I got here.
Bro, and you're killing it, man.
Thank
you're
you,
killing
man.
it. I'm seeing you working with big artists, man. You've had, and just the sound that you're doing is crazy, man.
Thank you, bro.
What you have like a unique style, man. What would you say, like, what is the sound of Dynasty on the Mix?
I would say it's a polished industry. Actually, it's funny because I got nicknamed this when I got down here. So somebody was like, yo, that's industry touch right there. Like, he puts that industry touch on your songs. Even if it's still that, you still want that gritty feel, it's still going to sound so clean that it could be compared with a Billboard song, even if it's a street song. Because my thing growing up, like, I seen so many people listen to songs that they were great songs, but the mix was just so bad. And I was like, this song would be so much better if it sounded great, you know? And so that's always been my goal. And sometimes I will say there are some artists like, bro, I don't want it that polished. You got to take some of that off. Like, you got to make it sound grittier.
Yeah.
So there are times where my sound, I'm like, oh man, it fights me. But for the most part, when an artist says do your thing and they trust me with like full, like, you know, we work together. So the songs you tell me, like, just do your thing, bro. You know, I understand artists have their vision. So I'm trying to, of course, keep it in that realm.
Yeah.
But still at the end, give you something that's like, wow, this is so good. I could listen to a Billboard song, a top 100 song, and then listen to my song, and it still sounds just as clean, just as hitting, and everything hits just as powerful. Like, that's what I really want to do.
Bro, and you do it every time. Dynasty on the Mix, man. My producer saw you the other day. I told him that, you know, we were having Dynasty come through, Dynasty on the Mix, and he was like, you know Dynasty on the Mix? I was like,
that's fire.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, I know Dynasty on the Mix. You know Dynasty on the Mix? He's like, bro, yo, I follow him. Yo,
that's fire,
he follows me back, bro. Like, so I know you're making noise. What? Now you're starting to get more notoriety through the streaming platforms, bro.
Yeah.
Like the same YouTube that the content wasn't created.
Yeah, bro. So like honestly, I've always done lives and stuff like that. And like even back when Twitter, they had this thing like Telescope or something like that, Periscope. It was called.
Yeah.
And like went live on that off my phone a few times, and then I started doing the Facebook lives when I was younger, but all off the phone. And in 2019, I was like, you know what? I found the OBS system, and I found out how like video game streamers were streaming on Facebook gaming. So I was like, you know what? Let me try and implement that into what I'm doing when I'm mixing. Maybe do like reviews of songs and people like their mixes or production and stuff like that. So I did it on Facebook for a while, and I kind of stopped that when I moved down here. Took a little break with it because I was so busy just working in the studio with clients and building my name up. And this year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get back into it, but I'm gonna do it on YouTube. Because at first I tried it on Twitch. And I'm not gonna lie, Twitch is dope, especially for gamers. But for me, I was sitting in there for like an hour, and like one or two people might join in. And even if I send the link out, like still no random people are coming in.
Right. It's not
so
drawing
I'm like,
traffic.
yeah, it's not really drawing the traffic to me. So I went to YouTube. And dude, first day on YouTube, I had 15, 20 people sitting in my live, and I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Like, I don't even know these people, and they're, hey, I'm from France, hey, I'm from Germany, hey, I'm from, you know, so I was like, whoa, these people are from other countries too, so it's not just the people in the United States that I'm
or down the street from your house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is really cool, and my following started growing just from that one live, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this whenever artists give me the permission. You know, I would, every time somebody would order a mix now, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I go live? You know, I've asked you, like, bro, do you mind if I go live when I mix your songs?
Yeah.
That's perfectly, if they give me the permission, I go live while I do it. And that gives me an opportunity to, one, teach people while I'm working as if they're interning and sitting in with me and able to watch the workflow, because it's different when you watch somebody kind of give you a revisit of, hey, this is how I did this. But when you watch somebody do it in real time, you watch them problem solve, you watch them go through the process and figure out, okay, well, is this the part that sounds good, or is this the part that sounds good? And it's always a process. It's never just like I pull up a vocal and, okay, pull out this frequency, boost this frequency. It's good. Right. It's always a test of like, okay, which one sounds the best, and let's move this around here. And so when they see that process, they start to say, okay, I'm not doing things wrong. Right. Because when you're learning, you're like, am I doing too many things? Am I doing things the wrong way? And so when they see somebody else that actually has credits and I make a living full-time off of this. So for them, it's like, okay, I'm taking this from a credible person. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some really great engineers, too, out there. Shout out David Young Kim, who's a Grammy-nominated engineer. You guys can watch him on Twitch, too. He gives out a bunch of game, too. So there's a lot of engineers out there starting to do this. And I think it's just a great thing to help build community, teach people, and also promote yourself as an engineer. Because now I have more artists inquiring from all different places, not just locally. I have artists from Vietnam saying, hey, bro, I'd love for you to mix my song. I don't speak Vietnamese, but they're going to send me a song to mix, and that's great. I just had an artist from France send me a song that's all French. Yeah. So it's like, that's really cool to me. I'm going to be getting more international, because I've worked with international artists before, but I'm going to be getting more international credits now, and it's just really fun to be able to build that bridge.
Yeah, man. You know? And it's the power of technology, bro. The power of the same YouTube. Like, we didn't know that it was like that.
For real.
Yeah, and it's like that.
When YouTube came out, like, it's so funny to think about, like, people sharing, like, cat videos and, like their home videos of, like, somebody's graduation and stuff like that. Yeah. And now it's like people have full-time TV channels that they just use YouTube for. Like, dude, the thing that I look at crazy about the YouTube is, and even TikTok and all this stuff, like, there's so many different things that people become superstars off of, but the fact that people like Dude Perfect, okay? You ever seen those guys?
Of course, yeah, they do the crazy.
They throw the crazy balls, football. Exactly. They throw the football from their parking garage into a basketball hoop. Exactly.
They're driving.
Exactly. Insane. So like they do stuff like that, but they went from YouTube to Nickelodeon. They have their own Nickelodeon show now. Like, that's so insane to me that you could, if you dedicate your time, you know, I can't even imagine the investment that they've had to put into that, you know? And I'm not trying to rag on artists or anything, but like, I see a lot of artists all the time, man, us artists got to pay for studio time. We got to pay for this. We got to pay for that. And the thing you guys don't look at is, this is a business. So as a business, you're paying for your product, right? You're paying for the manufacturing of your product. If you're to open up a clothing line, you have to pay for the manufacturing of your clothing. For these people, they had to pay for the manufacturing of their videos, whether it was the editors, the pranks and the props they had to use, the actual like locations they had to pay for. They had warehouses they were paying monthly for, so they're paying $2,000-$3,000 a month for this. Then they got to bring stuff in all the time to either destroy or build up and be able to make new props and stuff like that. That's a lot of money to invest, and then the time to actually make the edits. You think they do it first try?
No,
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
they're doing that shit for 8 hours straight
Yeah.
and 2 days straight, and then all of a sudden they get it. Well, that's the video. They just spent 2 days of their time working towards something, didn't get paid $1. Then they put the video out, and then months later it might pay them.
Yeah.
You know, and so as an entertainer, you always got to look at business like that. Us engineers, we're a service. As a producer, it's a 50-50 thing.
Right.
I can find an artist I'm working with, and I really like their sound, and I think us together would be great. And I make beats for them for free or for back end or even for a discounted rate, you know. But there's also people who I don't know saying, oh, bro, I fuck with your beats. Let me buy one. Okay, well, that's business.
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm out there paying for ads as a producer, paying for my website as a producer, paying for sounds as a producer, VSTs, that's me investing into my manufacturing of my beats.
Yeah.
You know, so same thing as artists, like everybody in the entertainment industry, you're going to have something you got to invest into. But if you got to learn how to take that money and learn to make it into more money back for you.
Right.
And it's not just off streaming, guys. Stop relying on streaming.
Yeah, no, there's other stuff. I may be able to say this, man. I think I'm the first artist on Tampa on Even. I'm on Even, the Even platform.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, I'm gonna be putting my EP, my true crime story. This is news right here.
That's dope.
Yeah, on Even, months before it's gonna be on streaming platforms, and you're mixing this fucking records.
That's fucking
yeah.
dope.
So that like,
That's fucking
and
dope.
they're gonna be able to get
for the
access to
cussing.
me. No, you can cuss. This is youngest in the yacht club.
All right.
Motherfuckers
I just want to make sure, guys.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro.
That's-
We got an
that's dope.
opportunity to really just put it down, dog, and I'm super excited for that, man. So it's not just through streaming. Like I'm actually holding it back so that my fans, my true fans, can go do it.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's the thing, is creating that community and creating that connection. Like back when I started making music, it was all about the superstardom. It was all about who could look the most flashy, who could seem like they're the most important, right? And people don't care about that no more.
Yeah.
People want to connect with you as an artist. People want to say, hey, who are you and what did you grow up like? And do I relate to that?
Yeah.
And what do your songs mean to me? Not just like they're the hottest thing. Now, for teenagers, sure, whatever. They haven't gone through enough, so they're going to listen to the hottest thing guaranteed. And if you're young and you make music for the kids, that's cool. You can definitely pop. And you don't have to really care about the relevance of your content and stuff like that. But as a grown artist in your high 20s, 30s, 40s, I see artists all the time in their 40s trying to make young kids music. It's like, nah, try to connect with the people that can really connect with you, because I know people in their 30s and 40s like, man, I can't stand that music. There's no substance to it. There's no meaning to what they're saying. And they're pushing the wrong narrative about a lot of things. So it's like, okay, be that person to do that. And so even through your content, and I see it with you, like you're showing people like your way of, you came up from the way you went to prison, now you're out and you're changing your life around. That's a story to tell. That's not just saying, hey, I'm big and flashy, I was in the streets and now I'm out and no, like you were like, yeah, I had to grind to get this. I had to go through these trials and tribulations. And that to me is more important as an artist nowadays than just being like, yeah, see this gold chain, I got this because I've seen this AMG. Like, that's the old 2000s way. You feel me? Like, we can't stay on that. So as an artist, connect with people, and that's so dope. Like, even I think there's another one Together, I think it's called, or something like that, that Nick D made. And so it's the same type of thing where like it's a platform where you could have people sign up for a monthly thing, and if they have certain levels too, you can have different tiers. So you can have a free tier, $10 tier, $20 tier, whatever. And those people, if they're real big fans, the free people, of course, they're gonna hop in there and see what you got going on. But the $10 a month people, the $20 a month people, you're going to be giving them extra content that's more, relatable to them. Exactly. In depth, or even just other stuff that is more exclusive for them because it's meant for the people that want to see it. Not just for the general world and say, let's see who wants to see it. You know they want to see it. So I love that, man. That's dope.
Yeah, thanks, bro. And bro, like I told you, man, you're the one that's doing it. It's a way to make the investment back on the manufacturing of the product.
Exactly. That's 100%.
And dog, it's a great experience, man. Bro, so now that you're growing, you know what I'm saying? Because like you're growing, I'm seeing you working with artists. I'm seeing you at events, right? I'm seeing you like really push. What is something that you could give back to people? If somebody in your industry was looking to like get in your industry, what's something that you would ask them? Like, or what's a piece of advice that you would tell them to be able to, get to that next level?
First, don't focus on just knowing the program. Knowing the program is one thing, but you got to know how to work with people. So get out there, have conversations with people, get to know the people, build your network, and don't sit in your room all the time. Because sitting in your room, and what I mean by your room, your studio, whatever you're in, whether it's your home studio or a big studio, whatever, if you're always sitting in there, you're going to limit yourself to what's around you. And really, when you step out, you're going to meet new people, get into bigger circles. You might get new opportunities. You might even get yourself about a whole situation that you're in and be able to do a whole different job outside of just engineering and show your skills of what else you can do. Because as an engineer, it's not just your job to make the music sound good. You got to give the artist comfort. You got to make them feel like they can bring the best out of them, you know? So, like, for me, it's just like, I always tell people, put your all into that artist and you'll see the best out of them.
That's fire. That's fire, bro. Bro, you've got a lot of experience.
16 years, bro.
How does that make you feel?
It's humbling because I'm not necessarily exactly where I wanted to be or where I seen myself when I was 16, 17, 18, and I'm like, oh man, by 25, I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna be working with this person. I'm gonna have, you know, and that's every young kid. You know, you got those dreams and aspirations to do things, but then life has a way of kind of like humbling you in certain ways. I have plenty of accolades and accomplishments. You know, I have awards. I have songs that have millions and millions of streams on them.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like I have been always pushing towards just getting better and getting better. So for me, the experience is like, I just feel like I'm always a student, bro.
Yeah.
I've been making music since I was 6.
Yeah.
So for me, music is like just that, as long as my heart pumps, I'm gonna want to do this.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I'm sitting at a red light and the blinker's going. I'm hearing a rhythm going, and I'm starting to tap to that rhythm. I'm hearing a tempo out of that blinker. Like that's just how natural it is for me. So for me, this experience, man, it's like I'm happy that I've been able to do this for so long.
Yeah,
and be able to see transitions in the music industry. And I'm also very, very, very like humbled that people are trusting me with their sound. You know, that people trust me with it, because music is like people's babies, bro.
it is.
Like, they trust me. People literally will tell me, bro, I don't know where I really want to go with this. People will come in the studio and be like, Dynasty, I need your help on making my song great. Like, that to me is such an honor for me to be like, damn, you want me of all people to do that? That's so honoring of me. So it's like, I would love to do that. You know, like I always put my all into whoever says, you know, I would love for you to help me with this, or, you know, Dynasty, do your thing on this because I trust you. Like, man, I put my all. There's times where I've done 4 or 5 revisions before the artist even heard the song. Like, I need to make sure this shit's perfect because I want them to listen to it and be like, oh my God.
Right.
You know, I had an artist one time. This is so cool to me. Like, I love this experience. I love creating such a good experience for the artists in the studio where they leave and they're like, bro, I can't believe I sound like that. Like, whoa. And this one dude, T-Drac, AQL, man, I still remember this session like it was yesterday. We were in the studio. This is like our first or second time working. And I'd worked with his friends before. And he was like, excuse me. He was like, man, I don't know, bro. I've been to every studio. They don't ever get my sound right. I'm like, all right, bro, let's get you in the booth. Let's get you. So I got him in the booth. I do a mic check with him. He's like, hold up. Let's record a verse real quick. I'm like, all right. So I got his levels and everything. And he was already kind of like, what's going on? I like this. So then he comes out the booth after he lays his verses. He goes, bro, what the fuck did you do to my vocals? Because they sound so good in the headphones. I've never sounded like that.
Wow.
And I was like, for real? He's like, bro, I've never sounded. He's like, bro, you literally have me emotional right now because I literally have never sounded like that in my life. And you're the only person that's ever got me to sound like that. And like every session after that, he called me to book me.
That's amazing. And that feeling,
it's inspirational. It's an amazing feeling because it's like I've made that person's day just by being able to make them feel like, damn, I can't believe I sound that good.
Yeah.
You know, artists sometimes, like, you could really be a great artist, but if the engineer's trash, like, you're gonna think you're trash.
Yeah. It's tough to find that beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knows how to dial it in quickly too.
Yeah.
I've seen people, and this isn't no diss to any engineers or anything, but like, you guys got to get off them presets. You guys got to get off them templates of like, this is how everybody makes this person sound this way. Like, I've had engineers walk in my sessions and go, bro, how's it sounding that good? What do you got on them? I got autotune on them. Wait, what? yeah, my vocal chain over here, the analog stuff that I'm using, that's making them sound great. Even if you watch my lives, like there's times where people are like, hold up, you just put 3 plugins on them and it sounds crazy different now, like way better, almost mixed. And it's like when you know what you're doing and you have the ear for it, you dial it in quicker. You know when you know what the artist is looking for too. Because a lot of people, they don't ever take that time to ask the artist. Like when we sat down, even before we start mixes now, I'm like, hey, what's the vision for the song? What's the style of the song? What's your ideas for this, right? And so a lot of people don't do that. They get files and they just start adding stuff, compressors, equalizer, auto-tune, whatever. That isn't always the vision of the artist. So I like to bring that to like the forefront and make sure I get that to be perfect.
Bro, you're killing it, man. You're killing it. Where are you at right now? At what studio are you at?
I work out of Bench String Studios right now.
And then you have your home studio.
Yeah, I do my home studio stuff too, but like Bench String Studios, when people want to do like recording and stuff like that, I do some mixing out of my home studio, some mixing out of Bench String. Depends on the artist's budget. But Bench String is like the spot. I love the place. It is so beautiful. We got 3 studios there. They've accepted me like family. They treat everybody well. Their clients they treat well. They are constantly upgrading. That's awesome. Constantly adding stuff, whether it's new amenities for the artists, whether it's, a PS5 for the lounge, or we got a basketball hoop out front y'all can go play. We got a grill out back. Y'all could bring steaks and grill. You could do whatever you want. We even got a bonfire if you want to chill afterwards and have a bonfire or whatever.
Wow.
We have all those things available for the artists to really come there and treat it like it's their home.
Yeah.
So that's what I loved about the place. When I walked in there, man, I was like, this place is cool. Like, it looks cool. Like, you walk in and you feel a whole different vibe. You see the building from outside, it's like, all right, it's a blue building. It looks like a house kind of, right?
Yeah.
You walk in and it's like, oh, it's got an office. Then you turn left and you go into Studio A and it's like, whoa. You see the stars on the ceiling. You see the gear. We got the barefoot monitors. We got some new SSL gear. So they've done a great job with the place. We're one of the only studios in the area outside of the top 2 that have the Sony. We are one of the only people in the area with the real Sony C800G. So if you guys want to get that crispy sound, hit me up.
Yeah, man. Where can people find you, bro?
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Dynasty on the Mix. I make it simple for everybody. All under one platform, all under one name I'm at. So every platform you look up Dynasty on the Mix, you'll find me.
That's fire, dog. Bro, what is your message, the message that you want to get the people to listen to, man?
Put more passion into your art. Put more passion into your creativity, and stop listening to everybody's advice around you, because remember, this is your vision. People don't see your vision the way you do. They can't look through your eyes. They can't see in your mind. So put your passion behind your creativity and put your all behind it, because at the end of the day, it's your vision, your career, and your determination that's going to make it happen. Because and I'll say that from this point of view, I've been a one-man team for a long time.
Yeah.
I've put in a lot of work by myself. I've worked for teams. I've been an engineer on teams.
Yeah.
But I've never been able, or not been able, but been the one to be like, let me pull this person up and let me pull this person up to help me when I don't have the resources to help them necessarily. That's what a lot of people did to me. So for me, it was like, when I get to the point where I can hand things down to people that are resources to them, or eat financial stuff, that's when I'm going to build my team to really be around me.
Yeah.
So I put my dream, this is my work. Yeah. I have to do this because this is on me. Everything is on my back. I can't blame nobody else.
Right.
So if you got a dream, I say that's the best way to do it. Put everything on your back. It's your responsibility, and put your passion behind it, for real.
Fire, bro. Fire. Bro, was there anything that we missed on this one?
No, we did. I love this one.
Yeah,
I love this one.
No, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, actually, so just so you know, before we go, I actually clipped up the sessions.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna show them to you. But we clipped up the sessions of you mixing We Outside
Fire.
and Receipts, man. So that's what we're gonna put. We're gonna make sure. Yeah, and they're dope, man. I just want to let you know.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, because you live stream them, and your live stream is Dynasty on the Mix as well, right?
Dynasty on the Mix.
Bro, you're a beast, bro.
Everything's simple.
Thank you so much for being on the show, bro.
Thank you for having me, bro. This is an honor.
Yeah, man. All day, man. Youngest in the Yacht Club.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Nope, I got you. I know this.